Saudi Arabia is considered as a friend of Pakistan. Saudi Arabia and Pakistan have maintained very good relationship since the inception of Pakistan. We have stood with each other in the crucial time, with Saudi Arabia helping Pakistan economically and Pakistan helping Saudi Arabia militarily. We have seen a growing partnership of Saudi Arabia and Pakistan, especially after 1979, when these countries came closer even further. And Pakistan depends upon the imports of oil from Saudi Arabia, and Saudi Arabia is a country which has helped Pakistan whenever there was an economic crisis. But recently, this relationship is also in a kind of chaos, especially after the Indian move of 5th August 2019 of revoking the Article 370. Pakistan is requesting Saudi Arabia again and again that an organization of Islamic cooperation should call a session of foreign ministers where we can protest against what is happening in Kashmir, but Saudi Arabia has been reluctant to do that so far. After a period of 1 year, Foreign Minister of Pakistan Shah Mahmood Qureshi stated that it is a kind of resentment. It is a kind of resentment for Pakistan that the friend of Pakistan, Saudi Arabia, is not cooperating with us on the case of Kashmir, and we have other Muslim countries who are supporting us in the case of Kashmir as well. And if this behavior continues, Pakistan has no other option but to contact to the other bloc. This statement was taken as a threat by Saudi Arabia, and in return they stated that as they have helped Pakistan financially, so that amount should be paid back to Saudi Arabia first, and then Pakistan can think about any other option. We paid back the amount of $1 billion back to them out of a total of $3 billion. But then we see a kind of closeness between both countries. Situation was normalized and the ties are getting better. But there is a fact that remains to be seen, and it is very important that I am going to talk about here. Saudi Arabia has to choose whether they are going to be a part of Western Bloc or the Eastern Bloc. Keeping in view the overall situation, Saudi Arabia cannot join China and Russia and Pakistan because Iran is a partner in this deal, because Turkey is a partner in this deal. Saudi Arabia has always remained aggressive about the policies of Turkey or Iran, and especially in 2017 in the case of Qatar. So these are the countries, if they are involved in this region, which they are involved in this bloc, Saudi Arabia cannot be a part of this. And the alliance of Saudi Arabia with Israel and US is ever known. I mean, that is not very easy for the country, even if they decide that they should not be a part of Israel and USA. It is not very easy for them to do that. Therefore, we can assess that a further gap between this relationship of Saudi Arabia and Pakistan is going to happen ultimately. But before that gap, both countries need to be prepared so that they can depend on themselves and not one another. And the last country we are going to discuss here today is Turkey. Turkey is balancing currently between United States and Russia, and they have backed Pakistan on all the possible forums. We have seen in the case of FATF, we have seen in the case of Kashmir. Turkey has backed Pakistan on the Kashmir issue, even in the United Nations. And then the Kuala Lumpur summit, which was basically planned by the Prime Minister of Pakistan and the President of Turkey and the Prime Minister of Malaysia. And it happened in Kuala Lumpur, although Pakistan was not able to join that. And I still think that it was a blunder in our foreign policy. But nonetheless, Turkey is still standing with Pakistan. Now, Turkey do not have very good relationship with Saudi Arabia. Therefore, this is another point where Pakistan need to reconsider which is the country that we are going to favor. Turkey is maintaining good relationship with Russia and Iran. Turkey is supporting Azerbaijan in their conflict of Azerbaijan and Armenia. And Turkey is an important country in the European region as well. So this was our lecture for today, where we have discussed the important policies of several countries and how these policies are changing. And now I will take few moments of your time to analyze the overall situation, that what are the possibilities for Pakistan, and if a question comes on this changing regional apparatus, what can be asked and what should be your response. Now you have seen that after the Arab Spring, the Middle East crisis are a kind of minimizing, their impact is minimizing, and these areas, the neighboring countries of Pakistan, is getting more and more important because of the changes, because of the recent changes. So Pakistan need to assess their foreign policy, that what should be the steps, what should be the next steps in that Pakistan should take. We have seen the aggressiveness of India not only in the interior policy but especially on Kashmir. And now India has announced that Prime Minister Modi has selected a date to attack Pakistan and China. Obviously, India cannot afford to attack Pakistan and China directly, but in a conventional warfare. But we have seen the political chaos in Pakistan that is going on, and the opposition parties who were previously against the government, and they were chanting the slogans which can be called as anti-government, have now changed their narrative to anti-state. There is a difference between anti-government protest, anti-government narrative, and the anti-state narrative. This anti-state narrative is not only dangerous, but it is affecting the core values of Pakistan. Here I think that we need to make very strong, very careful decisions, because the most important thing for Pakistan is the national security and sovereignty. So our policymakers need to assess once again where Pakistan stands and where we have to move further. Pakistan is facing the economic challenges, Pakistan is facing the political challenges, and we are also facing the international pressure in the case of FATF and the influence of IMF. Whether Pakistan will be able to come out of it successfully, whether Pakistan will be able to formulate a foreign policy to choose between the two blocks and to stand with one of them with boldness and bravery and courage, it remains to be seen. I believe that the current civil-military relationship is at its best, and if it continues in the right direction, Pakistan will flourish. Pakistan will come out of this period of severe crisis and will step up the process of development and prosperity. Thank you very much for watching the videos. If you have any question, you can ask me in the comment sections, or you can ask me via the social media accounts or my mobile number that is provided below. I hope this lecture would be helpful for you. Stay blessed. Allah Hafiz.